before I share my closing remarks on behalf of the Africa region, allow me to introduce two Special Olympics International board members that are on the call today. And these are, you are most familiar with these, Dr. Clement Chileshe and Mr. Nyasha Derera, who will give brief closing remarks and vote of thanks. Dr. Chileshe is the current chairperson of Special Olympics Zambia, and he represents the Africa region on the International Advisory Committee, and also serves as the Special Olympics International board member. While Mr. Nyasha Derera, who you have heard several times during this conference, is an athlete leader from Special Olympics Zimbabwe and serves as the board member of Special Olympics Zimbabwe as well. He is the current athlete sergeant Shriver Global Messenger and Special Olympics International board member. So we are going to begin with, I'll start with Dr. Chileshe, and then we'll go to Nyasha, who Nyasha will give a vote of thanks. So Dr. Chileshe, briefly, please talk to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nyambe, and hello, everyone. Nice to see everyone I can see, and in faith, I know that all my family members I can't see now are doing well and waving back at me, I hope. I'd like to say thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, Mr. Nyambe, to talk to this wonderful family. I could listen something about, I think a question from Batanya, who was asking who's the change maker? And yeah, glad that you are all change makers. There are a lot more change makers out there who are not with us here, but we are privileged. God has given us this role, and we shouldn't take it lightly. That we are in these positions of responsibility and privilege in many ways. And every day we wake up, we should remember that there is a supernatural force out there that has given us that opportunity. And we are answerable to so many who we don't even see. And therefore, everything we do, we account for every minute. What did we do? What changes did we cause in individual lives? It's easier to focus sometimes on numbers, and a lot of people are beginning to use the phrase, numbers don't lie, because there's so much emphasis on statistics and this and that. But in a way, also numbers lie, because when you're dealing with such people that we deal with, there's a lot of emotions and the like, and you ask yourself, so what that we had 3,000 athletes? So what that we trained, 100 coaches? So what that we had all these, events? And so every time we are bogged down with so much to do. Let's take a step back and reflect and ask ourselves very frankly and openly and say, what life changes did all the running around I did, all the wonderful looking activities I did have on John, on Nyasha, on the family members, on the volunteers and the like. So that's very critical. The other aspect is that these are tireless jobs that we do. And unfortunately, they are also thankless jobs that we do. And sometimes it can be very frustrating. So it's okay. It's okay that no one is saying thank you. No one is saying well done. But know that there are a lot of athletes out there, there are a lot of family members out there who are saying thank you to God for the opportunity that they are given on that particular moment, even if it's 20 minutes in a year, that they're given that opportunity they couldn't have had because of your efforts. And therefore, remember, every time us as board members or anyone else is not saying, well done to all your good work, there are more people saying thank you, even if they'll never reach you, they'll never say that to you. And my experience in working in Africa, 16 African countries in the last 20 years or 25 years or so, as a consultant, I saw that we have a thankless culture, and that tends to discourage workers and hard workers. And also, my fellow board members out there, it can be a lonely walk sometimes. Not many people believe and find time, even if they believe in what we do. Not many people walk with you. And it's okay that you walk alone in those moments. It's okay that people don't show support to you. Just don't give up. I would like also to say thank you to the many people who do so many work, so much work out there. And I would like to congratulate Mr. Nyambe here and your team. Been exceptional, and have been very much privileged and honored to be a representative. And thank you, all my fellow leaders who found me fit to give me this privilege to represent Africa on the Special Olympics board. And it's a delightful moment, always. Pride comes to me always that moment and throughout when I hear Africa is on top of things. And we are leading in many areas. And it's because of this wonderful gift that we have in the great leadership of Mr. Nyambe and his team. That are evergreen in helping, in developing us, and they take a lot of nonsense from us. So we thank you for all that tolerance that you have and capacity building as a family. We also thank a lot of leaders out there who, all the work that you're doing out there is what is making us achieve what we're achieving, and also getting a good image as you heard from our leaders, and I thank them. Dr. Shriver, Ms. Mary Davis, and Dr. Dow, who have all been very supportive to Mr. Nyambe's team and ourselves as leaders in making sure that we get the privileges and favored funding sometimes that we don't have a right to, but it comes. And finally, I would like to thank all the presenters, the interpreters, and everyone who has done a good job, our inspirational speakers, for sharing, being very kind in sharing your experiences, and many would have gone back from here better. And also, maybe I would be failing in my duties in recognizing our founder, Mrs. Shriver, who changed my life significantly. In 2007, I think, in Shanghai, China, when I saw the kind of person she was and her focus on athletes. And she didn't care. She didn't care what others thought, so long she was doing the right thing and giving the opportunity to the athletes. And this is one thing I end here with, be and adapt that attitude of a rights advocate, human rights advocate. Those people who work in human rights advocacy, they never care who it is that they are talking to, who it is that doesn't like them, so long they are protecting and they are fighting for those mostly underprivileged or underserved. And I thank you all, and congratulations for this wonderful and excellent, mind-blowing conference. I thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Chileshe. Thank you, Clement. Really, really appreciate. Nyasha, why don't you go ahead? Can you unmute yourself, Nyasha? You're muted. There we go. And your video now. There we go.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles Nyan. our regional president, our pride. Allow me to thank you for the amazing work that you've been doing for the past 3 days. As I start this thank you, I want to thank Tim Shriver for making this a possibility. On the first day, Tim Shriver said, we are a movement that is concerned in bringing change and being change makers. And Dr. Dow said, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And Mary Davis commended that we'll continue to bring a change in our movement. And I just want to thank the program leaders, the youth leaders, for making inclusion a reality for the best of our programs, for the best of our region. And I just want to thank the guest presenters who were giving their unwavering support and their time, and thanking the regional Athlete Input Council who were there giving their insight, giving the presentation for this over past 3 days. And I just want to thank the volunteers and the program who joined us via Facebook and on all social media platforms. And as you can see, I just want to give an example. When you see those cars that are shining all over the world, those Lamborghinis, those Benz, when you see them moving, they are so impressive, but there's an engine which is moving there. I just want to thank Charles and the team. We just want to thank you for being that engine that is suffering inside, but the outside is shining. That's us. That's our programs. As the SOI International team was congratulating us for being the best being the best in the world, being the best region. It is shown by your hard work, shown by the engine that is burning inside, and you are the engine that is making things to happen. And I just want to encourage the program leaders that all these local programming, unified leadership, fundraising, everything that was being presented for these past 3 days, they must not end there. The leadership starts after the end of this conference, and it starts with action. And I just want to thank you for continuing the legacy of our founder, Eunice Kenneth Shriver, of making an inclusive world a reality, a possibility. Allow me to thank you for sacrificing your time, for making and ensuring that all facets of health, sports, and education and creating a unique and inclusive world, a reality for the best of us athletes. And thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Nyasha. These are our 2 board members in our region, Nyasha and Clement, our champions that represent us at those, critical meetings when important decisions are being made globally, and they represent us and the entire, movement. And their voices have really been heard, and we have seen quite a number of activities and decisions being implemented because of their their input. So thank you so much, Nyasha. Thank you so much, Clement. We really, really appreciate those very, very rich words. They are recorded, and we will ensure that we share them with the entire team. Let me begin with my closing remarks, and then we can move on from that point on. So I can't thank enough. The thanks have already been mentioned. The thank yous have already been said, but I just want to say my part. So we have finally come to the very, very end of our 2022 Africa Region Leadership Conference under the theme Building Resilient Communities Through Inclusion. So on behalf of Special Olympics and on behalf of the Africa region, allow me to thank you, the delegates, chairpersons, board members, national directors, CEOs, athlete leaders, our IAC youth leaders, panelists, and regional staff members, Mary Davis, Dr. Dow, Tim Shriver, and our engineer, Mr. Will Shemahon, and our interpreters, who did an outstanding job these 3 days, and everybody, even those that just visitors, those that joined on Facebook, on our live stream on Monday, everybody that made this conference possible. I just want to say a big thank you. And I want to say a very, very big thank you to the regional staff members, our team, my colleagues, especially for they are the key organizers of the conference. And they've put in so many hours of meetings, planning, and you know what it takes to organize something like this. And this has been organized very, very well by our team. So every little aspect of this, each one of you that, and I'm speaking directly to my colleagues, whatever you did, you made a big difference. So thank you, team, and great job for all this outstanding work. We are here to serve, and that's what we did. We were providing a service, and we provided this service to our customers, to our family. We look forward to getting back to our face-to-face session. As we heard from Dr. Dow, he's assigned us to have a face-to-face, conference in South Africa. He wants it in Cape Town. We'll see if we can do it in Cape Town. To program leaders, the organization would not exist without you, as you are the conduit between Special Olympics and the population that we serve, the athletes. We value your involvement, and please remember, I said this again, we, the staff members of the region, are here to serve you. If you don't reach out to us and use us, we will not be able to serve you better. So reach out to us and let us know how we can serve you better. Make use of us. Our athletes deserve more, and our yes to serve you, to serve, calls us to duty beyond the job description. So once again, sincerely thankful for your support during the year. We will follow up with several relevant targeted trainings that we've talked about. Many of us have talked about these targeted trainings. And we just ask that you try to attend these, as they will, make so much difference in the sharing of knowledge and the knowledge exchange. It helps us also because we hear a lot from you. We don't just, when we attend these trainings, because of the interaction, the back and forth, we also learn a lot from you. Conference recordings and material will be made available to all of you through the dashboard. Please look out for these and use them at your program planning meetings and work retreats. Remember, you attended this, you were selected to attend this conference as a representative of the many behind you. They couldn't be here, they couldn't all attend, whether you're a national director or a staff member. Now, those that are left we did not have an opportunity to attend. The board members need to know everything that has been discussed so that they can also be on the same page and efficiently serve as you would. So organize those retreats, those one-day, half-day retreats, those meetings, and conduct this entire presentation. This will surely make a difference if you do that. Don't wait until we'll do it in March, or in April, we'll do it in May, we'll do it it's going to move on, and then by the time you realize it's November and it's lost. And also, please don't forget something that I mentioned this morning. Don't forget that the Special Olympics program growth manual, which is the program quality standards. Begin using this today, not tomorrow. You will be surprised how relevant you will be to achieve more and in your local program. So we have a few closing items to complete, and I just want to mention this very quickly. You each receive a conference certificate. We'll display each of your certificates momentarily on the screen shortly. And finally, I want to say a big thank you from us. By the way, after you see it momentarily, it will be sent to you individually, but we'll display these certificates momentarily on the screen. A big thank you to us, from us to see and to see you during our training webinars. As announced, please look out for these, and thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. All the best in your programs. After the certificate and group photo, there will be a video that is going to play. Stay on, and we're encouraging you to stay on and use the chat to say these goodbyes to each other, talk to each other through the chat, and so on and so forth. Take your time. Don't rush to log off and go. We'll keep the webinar on. Talk to each other and say hello and say bye-bye and enjoy the music that will be played after this. And we will see you again, hopefully face-to-face next year. If it's not possible, we might go virtual again, but we are praying that it's going to be face-to-face, because we can't wait. Like Brightfield Charity said, we can't wait to interact, because there's so many mini meetings that happen during these face-to-face conferences, and we learn a lot from each other. They are so enriching, and we can't wait to get together. So thank you for making this conference successful, and we will see you again, and I'll hand over to our team now to display the certificates, and then we'll go into the music. Bye-bye, everybody. Love you, everybody. We'll see you on the other side when we begin to do the training. Next week, we have a training on competition, games management on Tuesday. Conducting a training, 2-hour training on games management. Be there. It's going to be very, very important to understand how we prepare, we organize our national games, our local games, and so on and so forth. Thank you. Have a great day. And to our guests, thank you also for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.